Many of us don't know that what causes inflation. We know how it impacts us. All you got to do is go to the grocery store and look at the prices of items that seem to change week to week. Okay, and for many of us, our income has not changed. So so you have to you do more with less. Uh, but there's some challenges. Um Many of you have heard of the supply chain. It was just talked about there, particularly the gentleman who runs that clothing business, getting clothing, getting items, raw materials for his business. Uh, the shipping costs, what the other young lady talked about in her business, the whisk that she's in the food business, that those shipping costs, all those costs are going up, but you can't necessarily pass them on to the consumer because at a point the consumer is going to say, "I'm going to stop. I can't afford this. I got to do something different," and then you can lose your customer. Okay, uh, so that's the environment that we're working in terms of inflation. So let's go back, bring it right on back to business. I hope you heard, paid a little attention to the way Kai Rizdal introduced that second segment when he said 2020 was probably the year of the pivot, where you had to pivot and do something different than what you ordinarily would do. That's 2020. Then 2021 was probably the year of the hanging on. Let me just hang on to this business. Let me try to keep everything together, you know, and keep moving forward, so I can hopefully be in business after this year. And he said, then maybe 2022 is which of those pivots is going to become permanent. That means what did you have to do that you will now probably have to say, okay, this is going to be a permanent part of my business operation. This is what I'm going to have to stay with. And as the young lady said in response marketing, that was the last segment when she talked about she's moved to warmer climates because now she can work from anywhere. And the cost that she's been able to save on rent, on parking, on internet. She just talked about the cost that she's able to save. If she hadn't made that move, she wouldn't have known that. All right. And that's the beauty and the value of technology. It's a blessing. Well, now I'm going to bring you back to my personal experience in my business. Now, I moved to warmer climates 2 years ago during the winter. Okay. So this is my third year. And what is my third year of dealing with inflation. Now, as you know, I'm in the transportation business, and there's a cost for operating in my business. I have a vehicle, got to keep it up, keep it in shape, and I've had to put some money in it since I've been down here this year. Uh, and but my biggest cost of operating, if you notice, my biggest cost is fuel, gasoline. I cannot operate unless I put gasoline in that vehicle. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's my biggest cost. And with inflation, as we know, gasoline has gone up in price. They talked about the oil market, and oil is kind of coming back and going up a little bit. But when oil goes up, gasoline goes up. All right, and well, I'm sorry, when oil goes down, gasoline goes up when it gets scarcer. Now it's coming back a little bit, but the prices have not rebounded in terms of gasoline. So when I got here in Phoenix, Arizona, in this area, Scottsdale, this area here, the cost of gasoline is a little higher than it is in Chicago. Um, the average cost around here is like around 367, 37, some places 375 a gallon. So um, the only thing I could see, because Lyft did not is not going to increase the money to come to the drivers, because they're not increasing their costs to the passengers because they don't want to lose their business. There's only two that compete here as Uber and Lyft, and then there's some other private companies. But anyway, I had to figure out, okay, so how can I save? And one day, now Adil knows when I say Scottsdale, he knows the community I'm talking about. I brought a trip over to Scottsdale, and I lived here in Scottsdale for the 2 weeks I was here. Now, Scottsdale, Arizona, is like Beverly Hills, California. All right. It's where the mostly wealthy live, all right, or those who can afford to live like they're wealthy or pretend like they're wealthy live. All right. That's Scottsdale. And I went by a Walmart and I passed by and I saw a gas station. Now, uh, this is the first Walmart gas station I've seen since I've been in Arizona, period. And I saw the price of the gas. Now, remember I told you the gas is running 367, 370. When I drove up the passed by and looked at the signs on this Walmart, now this is in Scottsdale now, one of the most wealthy places that you can live, the price of the gas is 330. 330. The next time I came by the gas station, the price had dropped another 5 cents. And a week later, it dropped another 5 cents. So I said, well, this is why we be buying my gas. All right. So I'm paying $3.12 a gallon when I see even my niece and her husband are paying 347, 360 something. And I told them where the station was. I said, okay, this is one of the ways I can help control my costs. One day I was sitting at the pump. I took my credit card out, put it in the pump, started pumping the gas, and I'm reading on the pump, and it says, if you attach your credit card or debit card to this Walmart app and use that app to pay for your gas, you can save an additional 3 cents a gallon. I said, what? Yeah. So what I did was my wife uses the Walmart app all the time. So I downloaded it onto my phone. I connected my credit card to it. Because now let me tell you something. It's no different than taking the credit card out, putting it into the machine, okay? And this you don't have to do. So you don't have to. So this way you don't have to worry about no skimmers. They're trying to skim your information off when you put it into the machine. It's all electronic, and I can save 3 cents more a gallon. So that's what I did. So now I go there and gas up every day. Every day I need to buy gas. I just make sure I get if I don't get a trip to Scottsdale, I just go to Scottsdale and gas up. I pay I pay $3.09 a gallon. That's how much I pay for gas. All right. And most other people are paying 350, 360, 370. You can see why that's a huge savings and why it's a very helpful me in the business that I operate. All right. So I'm telling you this so that you can look at these, particularly if you're just in your own personal car and you're buying gas, you always want to see where you can get the best deal. But particularly if you're in a business, whatever business you're in, always look to see how you can save, be more efficient, and then help add to that bottom line. Help add to your bottom line. So because the less expenses you have, the more money then you can retain and it goes to the bottom line. This is really what I wanted to leave with you, brothers and sisters, today. If you're in business, you want to do what you can to minimize your expenses and don't be afraid. Put your trust and faith in Allah, trust in Allah, and make moves to help improve your business. And ask Allah to guide you in it.